I'm a lowlife, but now people call me the king. Tearing it up with every lyric that I bring to the table. Because I'm willing and able, I'm in more homes than Comcast cable. I got the skill that'll rattle your brain. I'm a threat like Saddam Hussein, everybody know my name. Joe Habib's a top soldier, kid, they should have told you, you really need to pack a lunch. My words hit hard just like a Tyson punch, so give me a chance, I bet you I can make it dance. Show me your girl, I bet you I get in her pants. I'm breaking egos and money is what I'm stacking. Joe Habib on the mic, you know I'm down for action. Shout out to Make Beats Sir and the Beat Smith and the whole Rope-A-Dope radio crew. Yeah.
All right, good morning, everybody. What's going on? Obviously, great fight last night. My hat goes off to both guys. I think Anthony Joshua showed extreme improvement under Robert Garcia. You could tell that he did make an impact there. I was questioning whether or not he would, but AJ did show a few wrinkles in this fight that he hadn't shown in the first fight. So he definitely raised his game, and fight was a lot more competitive than the first one was. Obviously, I had the first fight 117 and 111. I had this fight 116 and 112. So you're saying, Beeb, it wasn't much of a difference in your scorecard, but these were much tougher rounds to score. You could argue that maybe it was 115 to 113 for Usyk, but the whole 115 and 113 for Joshua, I couldn't see it. But I'm not going to harp on that scorecard because once again the right man won, so it doesn't really matter. So the big thing is, and I mentioned this in my breakdown before the fight, is Joshua can make an adjustment, but Usyk can make 2, 3, 4, 5 adjustments to Joshua's maybe one adjustment, right? And Joshua's adjustment was, he was going to step in harder with the jab. He was bending his knees. He was moving his head, bobbing and weaving as he was coming forward. He was trying to not be stationary with his upper body, and he was trying to not stand straight up as much, trying to bend his knees. He was trying to be a lot more elusive, not only with his head movement, but with his body positioning. He was trying to make himself a harder target to hit. And in the beginning of this fight, Usyk had to make that adjustment of trying to time the head movement of Joshua and, being able to get that jab off and land it with the accuracy that he was in the first fight. And I thought Usyk won the first round. Some people gave Joshua the first 2 rounds. I gave him the second and the third, right? So because I thought he was the guy that was a little bit more aggressive. He was stepping forward. He was pushing Usyk back a little bit. But then in round 4, I thought Usyk started timing the head movement and started throwing his, the jab where Joshua's head was going to end up as he was moving it. So he was kind of picking up on the rhythm of Joshua and getting ahead of Joshua. And once again, beating him to the punch after being able to anticipate the movement and, the patterns of Anthony Joshua. But then once again, Joshua stepped it up another level, and he started making a concerted effort later in the fight to go to the body. And, he hurt Usyk in round 9 really badly to the body, right? And you can see the reaction. But once again, Usyk made an adjustment. When he was close to Joshua, he started stepping off to the side, not standing in front of him, started tucking his elbows a little bit. So when Joshua tried to rip that left hook to the body, he was off to the side. And, he was evading those body shots because of his movement and how he positioned himself up close to Joshua. So, I had Usyk winning rounds 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and I had Joshua winning rounds 9. And the 12th round could have gone either way. I had Joshua winning that 12th round. So this was a much closer fight in terms of how the rounds played out. In my opinion, these were harder fought rounds for Usyk. But at the end of the day, I thought it was a clear victory for Usyk. I don't think anyone that I've spoken to had, besides that Glenn Feldman judge, thinks Anthony Joshua won this fight. But, here's the problem I have, right? And this is just me, right? So, all during the buildup of this fight, from Eddie Hearn and Team Joshua, we kept hearing how Joshua doesn't get the credit he deserves. Joshua doesn't get respected for what he's done for British boxing, UK boxing, all this and that. Like, in other words, Joshua's team and Eddie Hearn were really, really defensive of any questions or criticism of Anthony Joshua. Johnny Nelson made a statement before the fight saying, well, he could possibly retire if he loses this fight. And then, other people were questioning his confidence. Other people were questioning, can he make the changes? Obviously you're going to have some people out there, the trolls, who are going to go over the top and be a jerk with their criticism and kind of just say things just to say things because they may not, they may go a little bit too far, but that comes with the territory. But a lot of people were just voicing their opinion, saying, I don't know if he can win. I don't know if he made the adjustments. If, this could be the end of the road, whatever, right? It's common statements you make when a guy is in this position where 2 losses in a row, right? There's always that question. People were saying the same thing about Deontay Wilder after the 2 Fury fights, the 2 back-to-back knockouts. It's something you think about, right? But how dare we have an opinion on Anthony Joshua? How dare we say anything critical, right? Regardless of how we say it, whether if we're just voicing an opinion. Like I said, it's one thing if you go out there and you say Anthony Joshua sucks, he's this, he's that. But just having an opinion on Anthony Joshua, we can't, because he's Anthony Joshua, he can't be criticized. He's above criticism. And all the pressures that Anthony Joshua is going through, you don't know this, you don't know that. Listen, it comes with the territory. You don't think Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury are dealing with pressures? You don't think? Look at the pressures Usyk was dealing with, right? This dude just came out of a war zone, right? And he's in the ring defending his heavyweight titles. He kept it together. What about what he had to go through? 10 times worse than what Joshua had to go through, right? So this whole thing in today's society where we have to coddle men, where men now are being applauded for showing weakness. And I'm going to say some things right now that these overly sensitive people, these snowflakes out there probably don't want to hear, but I'm just going to put it out there and I'm going to say it. And you may not like how it sounds, but in today's society, we just have this emasculation of men, the feminization of men, where it's okay for us to cry, show weakness. And again, it's okay to have those feelings inside, but I don't see the need to throw a temper tantrum and sit there and complain about all the pressures, because life isn't fair, right? Fairness does not exist in the world or the sport of boxing, right? So you took all the praise. You took all the adulation. You took all the status that was given to you when things were going good, right? So now when things aren't as good and you get criticized, now all of a sudden, how dare these people say these things to me? Like you're above criticism. No one man is bigger than the sport. There's always going to be someone that comes behind you or after you. There's someone that came before you and there's someone that's going to come after you. You had Muhammad Ali. After Muhammad Ali, you had Sugar Ray Leonard. After Sugar Ray Leonard, you had Mike Tyson. After Mike Tyson, you had Oscar De La Hoya. After Oscar De La Hoya, you had Floyd Mayweather. After Floyd Mayweather, you had Canelo Alvarez. and so on and so on and so on. So there's always going to be that guy in the sport of boxing, right? So one man is not bigger than the sport. We don't have to bow down to Joshua. Joshua is of the top 1% of fighters, and he's at the top 1% of men. He's a high value dude. So, of course, the standards are going to be higher for him. We're not going to look at Joshua the same way we look at a man who's in the 90 percentile. Joshua is a 1 percentile guy, right? He's a 1 percentile guy. He's at a level, or allegedly supposed to be at a level, according to people in the sport. He was supposed to be that guy, according to Eddie Hearn, best heavyweight in the world. So when you're being put on a pedestal like that, then obviously the bar is going to be much higher for you, right? The bar is going to be much higher for you. So you're going to be critiqued more closely and at a higher standard than other people below you. So this whole thing that, we can't criticize Anthony Joshua, we can't say anything negative about Anthony Joshua, we can't, we have to coddle him, right? Just because he's AJ, I'm not buying it. Because Usyk, like I said, had to go through 10 times worse than what Anthony Joshua had to go through. This is a guy who's fought pretty much the majority of his career on the road, having to be the B-side in many fights, having to be the underdog in some of these fights. And he overcame adversity time and time again. Like I said, just came out of a war zone. And you don't hear him, complaining. I think Anthony Joshua has been at, got caught up in all the praise, all the adulation, all the status, right? And then when it wasn't there anymore, right, because he started losing and started having, some not so great performances, started showing some vulnerabilities and weaknesses, I think once people started mentioning those things, he couldn't deal with the criticism. So you can take the praise, but you can't take the criticism. And then Eddie Hearn lashing out at Sky, saying that Sky was against us, wanting us to lose, this, that, and the third. Come on. Again, I'm sorry. I can empathize with any fighter. I respect what they go through. I could never do what they do. All right. So in terms of the training they have to go through, all of that, yeah, that's great. But I'm not going to feel sorry for Anthony Joshua. The guy is set for the rest of his life, right? He could walk away tomorrow and not have to worry about a thing. He could live off of his endorsements, live off of his investments, live off of his savings. So, I give him credit. He put on an excellent performance last night, an excellent performance. But the way he acted after that fight showed very poor character. I'm sorry. Showed very poor character. Taking the belts, throwing them on the ground, sitting there complaining because people criticized him. You guys don't know how hard it is. We don't know how hard it is. We can never do what you do. That's why we're not in the top 1%. You're in the top 1%. Like Uncle Ben said, with great power comes great responsibility, right? So you have the ability that we don't. You are genetically gifted. You are a phenom. You're a physical specimen. So you cannot be expected to be judged on the same level that someone who is in the 90 percentile. You are a high value 1% man. That's why people are going to critique you the way they critique you. Okay? Maybe some of it does stem from jealousy because some of these guys who are criticizing you could never do what you do. And there possibly could be some resentment there. But at the end of the day, you are not going to be judged on the same level as an average guy because you are not an average guy. You will never be an average guy. You are going to be judged on the level of a Tyson Fury, an Oleksandr Usyk, a Deontay Wilder, a Joe Joyce, you know, those types of guys, right? You're going to be compared to the 1%, not the 90%. So this is what I love about these guys. It makes me laugh how, oh, well, you don't know what I go through. Again, I can't know what you go through. There's no way, because I'm never going to be in your position, because I am not a 1%er. I'm not a 1%er. I'm not on your level as a human being. So I'm not going to be judged. Now, I appreciate what you do. I could never do what you do. I'll never criticize, you know, your courage. I'll never criticize your determination. I'll never criticize the discipline. I'll never criticize any of that. But I am not going to feel sorry for you when things don't go your way, and then you start crying out and criticizing people for having an opinion. I'm not going to sympathize with you, right? If I'm comparing you to you're the elite and I'm comparing you to the elite, so obviously the bar is going to be raised significantly higher. You entered that realm. You're in that conversation. Everyone had to deal with it. Muhammad Ali was constantly criticized. Floyd Mayweather was constantly criticized. Andre Ward was constantly criticized, right? Look at the beta. This is a beta. This is a beta male. This is one of these guys. This is a feminine male. You're up at 7:00 talking about AJ. You're forgetting Tyson went on a worse rant before the comeback, and England basically turned their back. Again, once again, see? You want to live vicariously through another man. So again, it hurts you because you're a feminine man. You don't have masculine traits, right? You're a feminine man, and you're being triggered by what I'm saying right now because you're weak. You're below me. You could never be a man like me. You are a weak man. And you just told the whole world you're a weak man. So the more you talk, the more you try to ride another man's dick, live vicariously through another man, right? Just shows how much of a pussy you are. And I'm not even going to block you. I'm going to let you continue to expose yourself. I'm going to continue to let you expose yourself because you are a beta male of the lowest proportions. So that's that. And this just goes to show how much of a beta male you are because you're threatening me online knowing that you're probably never going to see me. So stop. You can Google me. You can get my address. You can come here anytime you want. That's fine. If you have a problem with me, you have a problem with me. Think I'm going to run from you? Well, you'll see. But we're not going to get into that. We'll get back into this video because we're not going to get sidetracked because another man is showing feminine traits. Another man is showing feminine traits, and we'll allow him. We'll allow him to show his feminine traits if he wants to. We'll give him a tampon. All right, so yeah. So this whole thing about we're supposed to feel sorry for AJ. AJ doesn't get the respect he deserves. Listen. I mean, look at all the people that came to watch you. You got the rematch clauses, right? You got because of the position you were in, you lost your title twice and you were able to get 2 rematches. You're making millions and millions of dollars. Like I said, you were put up there on a pedestal and you took it all in. But again, this whole thing, like we're supposed to feel sorry for him. We're supposed, and if we show, and if we give an opinion about him, we say anything critical about him, we say anything other than how great you are. Like, so in other words, you just want to be praised. You don't want to be critiqued. We, as boxing fans, we have to continue to gas you up, and we're not allowed to say anything negative. So I just don't buy that. Wasn't a big fan of how he acted after the fight. He took Usyk's moment away from him, threw the belts on the ground. Then he grabs the Ukrainian flag out of Usyk's hands and he starts putting it around his body. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? It's not about you. You lost. You know, congratulate Usyk. Let Usyk be interviewed. Wait your turn. And then go off into the sunset. That's it. You know? But again, Joshua is a 1%er, and I'm going to treat him like a 1%er. I'm not going to treat him like a 90%er. He's a high-value man, and I'm going to treat him like a high-value man and hold him to high-value man standards. That's what you guys got to understand. Oh, well, you know, you guys put these athletes, these celebrities, these fighters, all these people up on a level. You hold them to such a high standard that it's not fair. It's not this. It's not that. Once again, you can't look at these guys as regular people. They're not regular people. They're not. They don't live everyday lives like us. So with all of that fame, this is what comes with that fame, and it has to be accepted. I'm not saying you have to go out there and you have to disrespect the guy, you have to berate the guy. A lot of people weren't doing that. A lot of people weren't doing that. Johnny Nelson, I think he's crazy in a lot of his takes, right? But just by saying that, you know, if he loses 2 in a row, he may have to think about retirement. What's wrong with that? It's like you get in this business to become undisputed heavyweight champion. You get in this business to become the best. And if you can't become the best, right? Maybe you think, I'm going to walk away. Usyk said if he can't fight Tyson Fury next, he's going to walk away. Because Usyk wants to fight the best. He wants to be the best. His goal is to be undisputed heavyweight champion. And if that's not if that's not what he's able to do, then he's going to walk away. Right? Do I think Joshua should walk away off of that performance? Absolutely not. I thought he put on a great performance, made a great account of himself, and you can argue he could still beat a lot of guys, right? And he could still make a lot of money. So if people are going to still pay money to see Anthony Joshua fight, right? If the zone is still going to get behind him, right? If he could still sell out stadiums, then by all means, continue to fight. So I'm not going to tell him to retire. I don't think he took a beating in that fight. I thought he held his own. I mean, he made a good account of himself. I gave him a lot of credit after that fight. But I'm not going to justify that rant. I'm not going to feel sorry for a 1%er, right? He's a 1%er. Remember this, guys. He's a 1%er. So whenever someone tries to shame you for saying something that's not always complimentary or like you're not praising somebody, and you may say, well, you know, maybe he's not this, maybe he's not that. Let's be honest, guys. I'm going to say it, and you may not like it. He was overrated. Now, once again, you have to understand what the word overrated means. Right? Overrated does not mean you're not good. It doesn't even mean you're not great. But he was thought to have been arguably the best of his era. He's not. He was being sold to us as the best heavyweight in the world. He's not. He was being sold to us as this destructive force. He can be against certain guys, but against other guys like Usyk, right? And even Andrew Ruiz, he's not, right? There's still a lot of guys that I think could possibly beat AJ. I wouldn't rule out Joe Joyce not beating AJ, right? I think Tyson Fury would beat AJ. I still think Deontay Wilder would beat AJ, right? So he's not the guy. We were being told for years by Eddie Hearn and a lot of UK fans that he was the guy, right? He was the guy. And quite frankly, he's not. He's not. That doesn't mean he's not a top-level heavyweight. That doesn't mean we're going to erase his accomplishments. That doesn't mean we're not going to give him credit for putting on a great performance last night. That doesn't mean we're not going to give him credit for being a two-time heavyweight champion. That doesn't mean we're not going to give him credit for bringing a lot of positive attention to the sport. We can give him all those things and still critique him at the same time. We don't have to ride with somebody 100% of the time. Eric and I do a show every week, right? And we do not agree every week on everything. We both disagree. We both question each other's opinions. Doesn't mean that if you disagree with somebody, or if you don't always if you don't always point out just the positives, and you can't point out the negatives about somebody, you can't constructively criticize somebody. If you can't do that, and you have to only say things that sound good and that the person wants to hear. See, AJ's had yes men around him for too long, and he got used to that, and he wasn't able to deal with someone criticizing him, right? So just because someone says you're not as good as they thought you were, or even you think you are, right? That doesn't mean that they're trying to tear you down, right? Not everyone's trying to tear you down. They're just giving you an opinion. That's it. That's it. So no one's going to fucking shame me for having an opinion. And you can say my opinion means nothing. It doesn't have to mean anything to you. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to give it. I have a platform, as small as it is, as irrelevant as it is in the grand scheme of things, doesn't matter. Yeah, I only have 52 people watching me. That's fine. These are undeniable truths. All these things are true. You can, when people say these things in the chat, Beeb, who are you? You're a small channel. You only got 52 people watching. You're exactly right. Now, am I going to sit here and cry because you're telling me things that don't sound good? These things don't sound good to me. I don't particularly like to hear them, but guess what? I'm a man. I have testosterone in my ball sack. I'm not a feminine person. I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to continue to make videos. I'm going to continue to come on here every week, a couple times a week, as much as I can. I work a full-time job, but I'm going to continue to do what I can. Every Sunday, you're going to see me on here, and I'm just going to keep plugging forward. I'm not going to sit here and cry, oh, look at all these other channels, the clickbait, look what they're able to. I don't knock anybody's hustle, bro, right? I don't knock anybody's hustle. So you don't hear me crying when you guys come on here and start criticizing me, telling me that I'm a fucking small channel. Who cares about what you say? You only got 50 people. I'm not crying about it. So you expect me to feel sorry about a guy who's making tens of millions of dollars, right? Who has a whole country at his feet worshiping him, right? And now he lost, and a few people may have said some things he didn't like. Now all of a sudden I'm supposed to feel sorry for that fucking man? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Oh, everyone has their haters. No, you know what a hater is? A hater is a person who tells you something that you don't like, you don't want to hear. It bothers you and you get triggered. So what do you call them? You call them a fucking hater. Just come out and say, you're saying something I don't like and I can't deal with it. That's all it is. So I'm never going to feel, of course, I'll feel sorry for Joshua if something bad happens to him, if something happens to a family member, something like that. I'll feel sorry for him for something like that. I'll give him my condolences if he suffers a tragedy. Okay. But I'm not going to fucking sit here and cry for someone who loses a fight. I take losses every day. You take losses every day. You don't win every day. I don't win every day. This is a game of life. It's not about fairness. As a man, as a true fucking man, right? That has testosterone flowing through their fucking body, right? And has a full functioning ball sack, right? It's not about fairness, right? It's not about feelings, right? It's about winning and fucking losing. And if you lose, you just got to fucking take it and you move on. But no, we live in this new world where fucking men have to act like women. We have to be emotional. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel bad and tell everyone how hurt you are. It's okay. That's not what a man is. You can have those feelings. You can go talk to a therapist, right? I'm not saying you can't get help. I'm not saying you can't go talk to a therapist. I'm not saying you can't have these feelings, but you got to deal with them. The way you handle these feelings determines how you carry yourself and how you represent yourself as a fucking man. Joshua is an alpha 1% male. So he is going to be expected to act like an alpha 1% fucking male. Okay? I am not going to hold him to the same standards that I hold an average man working a 9 to 5 out there. Of course, I'm going to hold him to a higher standard. Okay? He should take that as a compliment. He should take that as a compliment. That's not an insult. The fact that you're even being put up there that high. Now, you couldn't live up to the standards that were set for you, possibly, but you still did a lot more than 99% of the men out there could ever do. But now you're being compared to the 1%ers. And another 1%er beat you. Right? Another 1%er beat you. So you got to deal with it. You got to take the L. You can't sit there and complain and cry or whatever about it. That's it. You don't hear me crying when people are in the chat. Oh, baby, look at you. Who are you? You only got 52 people listening to you. Look at your small channel. You're right. You're right. And the only thing I can do about that is continue to come on here, continue to make videos, and continue to try to become bigger. No one owes me anything. I'm not going to go out here and buy subscribers. I'm not going to go out here and change who I am just so people can like me. Right? So I take criticism. Right? I used to work with the Boxing Voice for years. I worked with other people for years. Ness used to give me constructive criticism all the time. Beeb, you need to get a better camera. Beeb, you need to get a better mic. Beeb, you got to be more assertive out there. When you cover a fight, you can't be afraid to approach people. You didn't hear me. I never cried about any of that stuff. You're right. Like Ness helped me a lot. You know, a lot of people think, oh yeah, you know, Beeb, you have a lot more experience in boxing knowledge than Ness. Yeah, but Ness is excellent at marketing, right? He's excellent at production. And just because I was older and maybe I do have maybe a little bit more experience watching boxing, maybe I do know certain things he doesn't, but I gave him that respect. I accepted the constructive criticism from Ness, right? And it made me better. And Ness has said to me, Beeb, you know, when we would have those debates, we would have those conversations on air about boxing. You know, a lot of times you talked about things that I didn't know. So you made me better because you made me go out there and have to do more research on certain things. So that's the thing, right? Criticism is there to make you better. When someone criticizes you constructively, right? When someone criticizes you constructively, you're supposed to take that and use that to help yourself, to benefit yourself. Right? That's what it's about. So again, I don't like this new society. I don't like this emasculation of men, the feminization of men. I don't like it. It's okay for men to cry. It's okay for men to show weakness. No, it's okay for men to have those things inside them. Because the reality of the situation is everyone feels those things. Right? Everyone questions themselves from time to time. Everyone gets depressed from time to time. Right? Everyone deals with pressure from time to time. It's not easy. Right? But there's ways to deal with those things. And as a man, you have to deal with those things differently. Right? As a 1% man, right? You're going to be called upon to have to deal with things differently. You're going to be expected to be able to endure more than a 90% man, than an average man. So, of course, yes, the bar will be set higher for you. And if you can't accept the standards of that bar being at that level, then you know what you do? Just say, hey, I don't want to be that 1% guy anymore. You have every right to not be that 1% guy anymore. And take yourself out of that class of men. Right? That's it. Right? But as long as you're going to carry, be put in that position, you want to be among the best, you want to be among the elite, you want to be among the 1%, then that's the level you are going to be judged on. Right? All week leading up to this fight, I heard the whining and crying about, oh, I don't get the respect I deserve. Eddie Hearn's fucking, oh, I don't get the. You know what the problem is? You got people like Eddie Hearn and people in his team gassing him up 24/7, and he started believing this shit. He started believing this shit like, oh, you don't get the respect you deserve. You got this, that, your resume's this, your resume. Again, I've always told people this, and you can take this with a grain of salt. This is not the heavyweight division of the 90s. It's not the heavyweight division of the 70s. If I'm going to be honest about AJ's resume, comparing it to Deontay Wilder's, comparing it to Tyson Fury's, what I will say is, yes, he's fought more solid guys, right, than these guys have fought. Like Deontay Wilder, I think the best two guys he fought was Tyson Fury and Luis Ortiz. Tyson Fury's best two wins, Vladimir Klitschko, Deontay Wilder, So I think those guys, I think if you look at Deontay Wilder, his best win against Luis Ortiz, you can make an argument that it's better. Well, no, I won't say that, but I will say this. I do think that when you want to compare Anthony Joshua's resume to Deontay Wilder's, I think overall he's fought more solid guys than Deontay Wilder. But Deontay Wilder's two best opponents, I think, were better than Anthony Joshua's list of opponents. Like I think Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury, in my opinion, again, this is subjective. I think Luis Ortiz is a better fighter than Dillian White. I think Luis Ortiz, but not Vladimir Klitschko. So I take that away. I think Tyson Fury is better than Vladimir Klitschko. So you can make an argument that Deontay Wilder's best opponent that he has fought was better than all of the solid guys that Anthony Joshua has fought. But Anthony Joshua has fought more solid guys. He's been more consistent. I'll give him that. He's always fought his mandatories. But Deontay Wilder's toughest opponent in Tyson Fury, in my opinion, is better than all of those solid guys that Anthony Joshua has fought. Same thing with Tyson Fury. I think, Tyson Fury, his two best wins against Vladimir Klitschko and Deontay Wilder, his win over those two guys, is better than any of Anthony Joshua's wins. So in terms of quantity, I think AJ does have the best resume in terms of fighting more solid guys, because he fought Joseph Parker, he fought Alexander Povetkin, he fought Usyk twice. Andy Ruiz, that's an iffy one, but Andy Ruiz did become the champion, so we'll give him credit for that. So he's fought more solid guys, right? He's fought more solid guys. He's been more consistent than these guys. But these guys, if you take their best, their top wins, or their not even their top wins, you take Tyson Fury's top 2 wins and put them up against any of Anthony Joshua's wins, I think Tyson Fury's top 2 wins are better than Anthony Joshua's top 2, better than any of Joshua's wins. So in terms of quality, I think Tyson Fury beats Anthony Joshua. But in terms of quantity and consistency, I will give Anthony Joshua the edge there. So I think Deontay Wilder, by fighting Tyson Fury 3 times, I think Tyson Fury is probably the toughest opponent that he's ever fought. And I think Tyson Fury is a level above of any of those guys that Anthony Joshua fought. But once again, that's only one fight. Luis Ortiz, he's another one where you can make an argument that he would have beat guy. I would have picked Luis Ortiz to beat Alexander Povetkin. I would have picked Luis Ortiz to possibly beat Joseph Parker, Dillian White. So that's just my opinion. That could be argued, right? But again, Joshua has had more consistent, solid opponents on his resume. So I'll give him that credit, right? I'll give him that credit, right? So it is what it is. H, what's going on, brother?
Yo, what's up, Beeb? How you doing, bro?
I'm good, brother.
Man, what a great fight, man. Oleksandr Usyk is a phenomenal fighter. He's a phenomenal man. He beat Anthony Joshua, outboxed him, the bigger guy. Oleksandr Usyk, who was a cruiserweight, undisputed champion, Olympic gold medalist, unified heavyweight champion of the world. He is one of the best fighters in boxing. He's one of the best in the business.
Am I supposed to feel sorry for Anthony Joshua right now because people have criticized him?
No, absolutely not. He's a sore loser. He disrespected the sport of boxing when he threw the belts, when he threw the Ring magazine and the WBA title. He disrespected the sport of boxing. He's a sore loser, and he wasn't professional at all. He's out of control.
Is he supposed to be able to deal with the pressures of being the heavyweight champion if he's in the top 1% of men? He's a 1% man. Is he supposed to be held to 1% man standards, or is he supposed to be held to average man standards? Do we have the right to hold a 1% man to 1% man standards?
He has to be held accountable for his actions. Beeb, at the end of the day, he makes millions of dollars. He's considered to be the face of boxing. And for him to act like that, be a sore loser, and disrespect the holy land of Saudi Arabia by cussing on national television?
Yeah, he lost composure, man. He lost composure. And here's the thing. We're supposed to feel sorry for AJ for all the things that he's gone through. Who's gone through more? Oleksandr Usyk in these last couple months or AJ?
Anthony Joshua, I believe, man. You know, Oleksandr Usyk put on a great performance, man. You know, in the first fight, when he beat Anthony Joshua in his backyard, this is the smaller guy. Anthony Joshua, he has all of the God-given ability. He has all of the qualities. And on top of that, he's the bigger man. He's the younger fighter. He's the natural heavyweight. And he let Usyk school him 2 times, beat him up.
Yeah. So let's ask the $100 million question. Does Tyson Fury fight Oleksandr Usyk? And if the fight does happen, who wins?
Yes, the fight will happen. The first undisputed champion since Lennox Lewis. It got to happen for the sport of boxing. It's the biggest fight. When we need big fights. We need Spence versus Crawford. We need Fury versus Usyk. And I believe that was Usyk's last fight with Matchroom Boxing. Now he's a free agent. He can go do business with Bob Arum with his good friend Vasily Lomachenko.
What do you think of Usyk's statement that if he can't fight Tyson Fury, he's going to retire?
He should. He just made $30 million against Anthony Joshua. That's the pinnacle, Beeb. You know, that this was the biggest fight of the year. And what's bigger than this moment for Oleksandr Usyk besides fighting Tyson Fury? That's the only big fight left for him. Other than that, you know, he should hang him up. He had a great career already. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
What's up? What's up, my man? What you got for me?
Yeah.
What you got for me? Go ahead.
I can't. Hold on. You know what? That's not for me. So
are you gonna bring the heat? Are you gonna bring the heat to me, or are you rolling with me here?
Hold up. Let me apologize first because I was just talking shit and being a troll at first, even though I meant some of the shit I said, but I was just being a troll a little bit. But I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad at you right now.
Are you Sean Black?
You know who I am, nigga. You know who I am.
Okay, I got you.
I
appreciate you for coming on. I appreciate you coming on.
I apologize.
I accept your apology.
Delete all of that right there. But I'm still gonna get on your ass right now.
Go ahead.
Nah, you can't get on his ass, bro. You can't fuck with him.
Can't.
H Money. What if your name is?
You can't fuck with him, bro. Not even on his worst day, bro. You're not on his level, bro.
H Money eat a dick.
Hey, man, you made a big mistake, bro. When you open up your mouth,
I'm talking to you, Beeps.
You can't fuck with Beeps.
Let him burn. Let him burn. Let's show him respect.
For sure.
He apologized. I give him credit.
He better.
I apologize to him. He came on here and he apologized.
A man, exactly, bro.
He ain't a beta male. He just got promoted. He just got promoted to alpha. Go ahead, brother.
Okay.
You can sit at the table.
Hold on. Let me go real quick. Let me go. Because I never came on internet before, period. Never on YouTube. But I have to come get on your ass. Right? You getting on AJ, right? After he lost. You acting like AJ lost to a bum. First of all, that's the first thing. And bro, the whole fucking world is watching. Everybody's pressuring him. He's been a champion since AJ been a champion for the last 7 years, 6 years. So what if you go on a mic and get mad and say fuck these belts and everything? He never once said fuck Ukraine, fuck Usyk, or he gave an excuse why he lost. The man was just upset that he lost, bro. That is natural. We are paying him for entertainment, brother. You want to see Danny Garcia coming up there crying? This is boxing, is a sport, brother. It's a sport. We're supposed to be thanking. All I see, come on, you criticized in 2 minutes out of a great show last night, and that was after the fight. You act like he picked the flag up and threw it on the ground. No, bro, don't do that, man. Don't give that off. Don't give that off, bro. And I apologize for talking shit, calling you out your name, because I was wrong right there. You a grown ass man. I don't even know you from nowhere. I'm a grown man. Not me, so I'm sorry for that. But I had to get on your ass for that. And I'm not even an AJ fan too much, to be real with you. Because I'm still mad he ain't fight Wilder, because Wilder could have been undisputed champion years ago. But you cannot be, out of everything you guys pick. And I don't know, it's like every time I call your channel Beeps, you always hating on somebody, bro.
Well, once again, the word hate is I'm saying things that you don't like to hear. You could say, Beeb, you know what you can say? Say, Beeb, you know what? I disagree with you, brother. And we can have a discussion. But I made a statement yesterday, right? Everyone thinks I hate AJ, right? If I had a choice to hang around.
You're going hard, man. You're going hard.
Check again, because he's a 1%er. If he wasn't a 1%er,
come on, B.
No, bro.
Teofimo's a 1%er. I never heard you talk to Teofimo.
I destroyed I destroyed Teofimo Lopez last week. Go listen to the video. Oh my God. I said Teofimo Lopez will never be world champion ever again.
No. He will be world champion again. But I'm talking about at the time when he got his ass kicked by Kambosos.
I destroyed him. I destroyed him.
I watched your channel, Beeps. You and the other Mexican guy. I watch y'all.
I destroyed him, bro. I destroyed Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez won every round last week, right? And he knocked dude out.
He fought great.
And I criticized him because I hold him to a
high. Beebs, I ain't gonna lie to you, Beebs. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like y'all go harder on black fighters more than anything.
Never.
I'm gonna be honest to you. I'm gonna be real to you. No,
you can have that. You can have that ability.
Listen.
You can have that opinion, but it's not true.
Sorry to cut you off, but you've been chewing AJ up this morning. I don't know if I
haven't been chewing him up.
If I put a fighter,
let me ask you some questions. Let me ask you some questions real quick. Was it a bad look what he did at the end of that fight? Did he disrespect Usyk? Did he take Usyk's moment away from him? Did he come off as a sore loser?
No, he didn't come off as a sore loser. He didn't come off as a sore loser. You asked me a question, so I'm gonna ask you.
All right, fine. I respect it.
He didn't come off as a sore loser. First, because he never made an excuse. He just told Usyk, "Yo, well, how'd you beat me? I'm stronger. Obviously, you got more skills than me. You're a better fighter." He told him that in the ring. I heard that. If you didn't hear that, I heard it on his own platform. He said that to Usyk. "Yo, you got better skills than me, brother. Like, yo, I'm stronger." Obviously, the man was giving props to Usyk. What you don't understand is the man is telling you, bro, I'm an 18-year-old kid that was selling drugs, got caught, went to jail. I bust my case. Me and my brother, me and my cousin G-Man over there. I'm not really no superstar boxer like a 5-year-old amateur like Usyk was. Bro, I'm a fighter, not a 12-round fighter. I'm trying my best. I got my ass kicked tonight. Yo, congratulations to Usyk. He never once said, "Oh my God, you guys fucking cheated me." You guys, even if he felt it, he never said it. So how you acting right now is you acting like he went up there and said, "Man, fuck Usyk, man. Fuck the belts, man. Fuck the flag, man. You guys cheated tonight." He never did that, bro. He never did that. The man was classy. And it's the next one on your ass right now. You're acting like AJ was always a sore loser, even if he was a sore loser last night. He got his ass kicked by Andy Ruiz. He's hugging Andy Ruiz. He's hugging the guy.
This is what we'll do.
We're gonna put a poll. Beeps. Like I said, I was wrong. You gotta take some accountability and say, "Damn, I might be going too hard." Fuck that 1% shit. We're fans.
I gotta be real, man.
Beeps, we fans, Beeps.
How old?
I'm a Kobe fan.
How old am I? How old do you think I am? How old do you think I am?
No more than 45.
I'm 53.
You look good. You look great.
Why do you think I look the way I look?
You probably ain't got no girl or nothing.
I got a couple of them, but why do you think I look the way I look?
Stressed. You ain't got no wife. You ain't got no wife.
Why do you think I look the way I look? Why do you think the way? I'm gonna answer your question, but why do you think the way I look?
Stop giving me.
Because I hold myself to a higher standard. I'm a 1%er when it comes to 50-year-olds. Because I hold myself to a high standard. So if I didn't raise my standard, I would look my age. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta hold yourself to when you hold yourself to a high standard. When I go to the gym, I don't train like a 53-year-old guy. I try to train like a guy 30-year-old. Why? Because I want to be a 30-year-old. So I try to put myself in that fucking class. See what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is I'm not disrespecting AJ. I'm actually giving him a compliment because I'm putting him up there, right? You're up at such a high level, right? You know what this is like? You may not like this, right? You ever hear when I don't know if you know the guy. You ever hear the guy Tommy Sotomayor?
I can't listen to a second of Tommy Sotomayor.
But here's the thing. But let me break this down. Everyone yells
at you telling me You listen to Tommy Sotomayor, makes me. I'm starting to look at you funny right now. Go ahead.
No, but listen to me. Everyone yells at that guy, right? And they say, why do you always criticize black women? Why do you always criticize black women? You know why he does that? Because as a black, wait a minute, let me finish. This is my opinion, and maybe my opinion doesn't mean anything because I'm not black, but I'm going to give my opinion anyway. He holds black women to a higher standard because he's a black man, and he wants black women to be at the top. So the only way you can have black women at the top, the only way you can be at the top is hold yourself to a higher standard than average.
Beebs, man, you ate all that shit he was selling, man. All that shit he was selling, in that shit he cooked up, you ate it. Let me get on your ass now about Sotomayor. Sotomayor is a lame ass. Can I talk? I want to talk.
You can say whatever you want, man.
Sotomayor is a lame ass nigga that never had bitches. No bitches ever looked at him. So now he went on YouTube now, and YouTube he's making the money now, and people are buying in to what he's saying. Who's buying into that? The other lame niggas. Do you see how much lame niggas now is getting popular? All these Andrew Tates, these other guys, Kevin Samuels, all these guys. There's a lot of lame niggas out here that want to hear that.
You don't believe a man should lead a relationship, though? You let your woman tell you what to do?
No.
Come on, man.
No, I got a wife.
The way you're talking to me right now, I can't imagine you letting a woman tell you what to do.
You asked me a question.
Go ahead.
Now she don't lead, but damn right she can tell me stuff what to do. That's my wife. I got 4 kids with her.
No. Women don't tell me what to do, man. But that's probably why I'm single. That's probably why I'm single.
Are you married?
No, I'm not married. That's probably why.
You can't tell me. You can't tell me. You can't tell me about something you have no experience about, brother.
Here's
That's
the thing,
what I'm telling you about. You have no experience.
In today's world, right?
You would.
Let me finish. You're right.
One more question. How much kids do you have?
How many
kids do you have? You cannot, Beebs, we're not the same type of man. I'm an alpha. You a beta. You hear me? You a beta.
You just told me that you let your wife tell you what to do. How can you call me a beta?
What do you mean? What do you mean? You ask me questions. I'm in a relationship, brother. If my wife tells me something to do.
Ask me why I'm not married.
Hold on.
Ask me why I'm not married, and I'll tell you.
Hold on. You're spinning this right now because you're saying that because my wife told me something, tell me to do something, that I'm not an alpha. Nah, brother. Who
leads in a relationship, a man or a woman?
A man is supposed to lead. A man.
There you go. I'm helping you now. You're getting.
No, you're not helping me. You're not helping me. So because a man leads, hold on. Because a man leads, he's not supposed to listen to his wife.
You can let your wife tell you things,
I don't understand what you're saying.
Who makes the final decision? If you say, honey, we're moving to freaking Florida right now, can she say no, we're not?
Yes.
Then she's out.
No.
Then she's out.
That's my wife right there. You know what? Me going to Florida, right? I might be going to Florida because it benefits me. But what if my wife has all her family,
Let me
all her kids? No, it's a relationship, brother. It's a wife.
Let Larry burn. I'm sorry, Larry.
Come in, Larry. Come in, Larry.
Go ahead, Larry. My bad.
I've just got a little bit of a different angle, so I can't put my camera on for a minute.
You can do what you want, Larry. We let you on, brother. It's your choice. We ain't going to shame anybody for not putting the camera on. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm a UK guy. The one thing I would say, Beeb, like, and I think you was guilty. I've listened to you for a few years now, and I think you was one of the ones guilty of this. I mean, I was this as well, and we all gave AJ stick for taking a loss too easy.
Thank you. So now he showed some gut. Last night we still. What is it?
Yeah.
Hell if you do, hell if you don't.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It was a little bit cringeworthy, but
very cringing. Very cringing.
But at the same time, you know, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So, like, you know.
Larry, can I just interject for 2 seconds?
Yeah, go.
I like that he showed the fire. You know what I didn't like? This is what I didn't like. That he started complaining and crying about all the pressure. That comes with the territory, brother. That's my complaint.
What did he complain about? What did he complain exactly about?
Oh, you guys don't know what it's like. Oh, all the pressure. And then he started talking shit about the fighters before him. I'm not Mike Tyson. I'm not these guys. I'm this, I'm that.
Can I go now? Because you were not listening. You were just looking to nitpick something. He just told you, I'm not a 5-year-old. I'm an 18-year-old kid that busted kids. I'm not like these old school fighters that was fighting.
What does that have to do with anything, bro?
Because the old school fighters, they were fighting from those 5, 10 years old. They were amateur fighters. They've been fighting. He's trying to tell you, I'm not that kind of fighter. That was not me.
You got to remember as well, he's just showing he's humans, like, you know. Is there a bit of that?
Larry, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Am I supposed to hold AJ to the same standard that I'm holding an average person to?
No, we don't watch. We don't watch average people fight.
So,
isn't
it? But Larry, let me just say this. Larry, let me just say this. I hate to cut you off. Isn't it a compliment that I'm holding him to an elite standard because I'm putting him up at that level? That's a compliment that I'm holding him to a higher standard.
Yeah, but I think as human beings, we still got to have a bit of empathy as well.
Okay, I can have empathy, but do I have to have pity?
No, I don't think he's asking for pity. I think he's just asking for a bit of respect.
Sorry, Larry. Exactly. You're giving him a compliment, backhand compliment. Just give him respect and done. Don't put no side shit in there. Oh, this, that, or third.
This is the problem with society today.
I'm kind of mad you act like a bitch after the fight, but I get it though. Good job.
This is the problem with society today. We have to always frame our words in a nice, soft, polite way just because we're afraid to make people feel bad.
Nah, bro.
This is the soft society of people today. We can't be men anymore. We have to be feminine people. We have to say things in a sweet,
You said you had a
soft, sweet way.
You had a problem with him.
Sometimes you got to get in somebody's ass, bro. Sometimes you got to do that.
Okay. I heard you saying, Beeps. So you had a problem with him complaining.
Yes.
I came on here after Bivol kicked Canelo ass. I never heard y'all complain about Canelo complaining.
I did.
I never heard you guys.
Eric and I
for sure came on here to come watch the old Mexican dude talk to hear if he was going to complain about Canelo. The old Mexican guy didn't say nothing.
You know what I said? This is what I said. I'm called the Canelo. You do know?
Hey, hold up. Let me turn my camera around.
I'm called the Canelo hater on here. Everyone calls me a Canelo hater.
Before you think you're talking to a bum ass nigga, let me show you.
But I just think like the first fight, AJ done a
beautiful home, brother.
He done a much.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm gonna be honest. That crib is better than my crib.
Thank you.
But AJ done a much.
Crib is better than my crib. I'll give you that. See, I ain't afraid to give people props.
I'm not a bum.
But AJ done a much.
I never said you were a bum. I just don't want your wife telling you what to do, man. I don't want you to wake up one day. I don't want you to wake up one day and all that beautiful home. I don't want you to wake up one day and everything you just showed me taken away from you by your woman. I don't want that to ever happen to you.
Before I came on, it's okay. I got 4 kids where she can have it and the kids can have it. But before I came on, you was acting like I was a bum talking.
No, I never said you was a bum. Never said you was a bum. I would never call you a bum because I don't know you like that.
Beebs, give the man some props. The man fought great last night.
Did I not give him props? Did I not say he fought great last night? I didn't say that.
No, you didn't say that.
That's a lie. Okay, internet's forever. You can go back and listen to the video. Larry, did I say that, Larry?
To be fair, I didn't watch your show last night, babe, because I was like, it's late.
Okay, go back and watch it. Then you can come back and tell me if I gave
you
last
credit.
Night. No, I said it this morning too. Not this morning.
Not this morning.
All right, go back and listen to the beginning of the video. I ain't gonna argue with you. I know what I said.
Not this morning, Beeps. Bro, Beeps, the only thing I'm getting on your ass about is you acting like the man fought terrible last night.
Never said that, bro. I don't like the complaining. I don't like the victimization. I don't like the victimization. Let me finish. I don't like the victimization, the feminization of men. I don't like it when a guy cries and complains about something because life isn't fair. Life is not designed to be fair. Life is all about winners and losers if you're a man. You got to take your L's and you got to move forward. That's it.
Beaves, are we human or are we robots?
Again, we are human, right? But we can feel, here's the thing, brother. You can feel any type of way you want. But always remember, there is a
Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you something. I got to say something. Hey, Deontay Wilder got his ass kicked and came out and said a whole bunch of shit. I seen Teofimo come out and say, "Oh, you're a pussy bitch."
Yeah.
Teofimo got his ass kicked. My heart dipped. My leg tired.
And we ripped
What else?
him.
What else? The zone.
He had a hole in his. He had a hole in his esophagus. All this bullshit. We ripped him for that.
You know why? You know why I didn't kill him for that? You know why I didn't kill him? Because I knew he was young. I knew he's young. He didn't.
I mentioned that too. He has some growing to do. But here's the thing, Robert.
It's simple.
I gave him that. But here's the thing, brother. As long as he's with his dad, he ain't gonna get better, bro.
How? He made it there with his dad. How? You sound stupid. He made it there with his dad. You guys sound crazy when you say stuff on the internet. He made it there with his dad. He made it there with his dad. He made it to the highest level.
It's one thing to make it, but you gotta maintain it, brother. You gotta hold it. You can't just touch it. You gotta fucking hold it. You gotta hold it.
Hey, Beeps.
Anyone touch it. You gotta hold it.
You say you're 53. I'm 35. Teofimo was 23. His dad is probably 50-something. Tio accomplished way more than any one of us did at 23 years old. He could go retire right now and be good.
He's a 1%er too.
So all
you're trying to compare a 1%er to a 50%er. You can't do that, bro.
Nah, bro.
You can't do that.
What I'm trying to say is, you're giving me now you're telling me his dad. Nah, the man did the good with his dad, man. Don't try to get his dad away from that shit.
His dad's hard. Larry, is Teofimo's dad a good trainer, Larry? Be honest. Tell the truth, Larry. Tell the truth. Don't be afraid that. Don't be afraid,
Larry. But
don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid.
Larry, I got one thing, Larry, to say. Look, one thing, Larry.
Seem like you want to agree with my man to the.
No. I actually do agree with you on this one. Let me explain why. I just think I agree with what. Hate the stoppers.
No, SB, my bad, SB.
What do you want us to call you, man? You SB?
I agree with what SB's saying about like he took him to the top and all that. But I think once he got him there, I think like I do agree with what Beeb's saying. You can't just think like you're above everyone at that point. You got to keep going.
Got to maintain, brother.
Listen. He could bring somebody. He could bring somebody in. Larry. I'm not saying no, but to get rid of him, no, brother. Look at Floyd Mayweather, the best ever. Who's training him? His uncle and his daddy.
Now they took a loss. It hasn't humbled him. Do you know what I mean? He's still acting like
that's the reason.
They've just beat Lomachenko. That's the problem I've got with him.
Yes.
They ain't.
Listen,
I hate that now. You got
Larry, I hate that he took the loss and he act like he didn't lose, and everybody else is making him feel like they're not telling him straight up, like, yo, you got your ass kicked in front of him. Like, I don't understand that part right there. But
whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? SB. That's his dad's fault because his dad keeps fucking gassing him up.
Oh, well, okay, you
gotta be real.
Yeah.
You gotta be real,
Yeah.
SB. You gotta be real. I'm dropping gems, man. Get the umbrella out because the gems is falling on you right now.
That's a good one. It's a good one. I'm not. You think a good one? Yeah, his dad probably, but
you came on here today and you was guns blazing and Beeb disarmed you. Beeb disarmed you a little bit. Beeb disarmed you with knowledge. I didn't come back at you and attack you. See what the 53-year-old experience did? I disarmed you. I disarmed you with knowledge. Larry, speak to him, Larry. Tell him.
Tio's dad reminds me a lot of Angel Garcia, to be honest.
But Angel Garcia is magnificent.
You say that, but he kept blowing his son's own trumpet.
Larry, but let's still remember, Larry. These guys are from Philadelphia. It's still a 2-time division world champion.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying anything against that, but I just think you still got like a normal trainer that's not your father. I'm not saying all fathers are like it, but they're blowing smoke up their kids' asses all the time. Them particular fathers. Whereas I think a normal trainer who's not your father
Larry,
is going to keep you humble and on a level road.
Larry, I can't agree with that, Larry. Because to make it that far, I couldn't be blowing smoke up his ass the whole time. I could not be blowing smoke.
Why he made it that far?
Talent.
He's a genetic freak, brother. He's a 1%er.
You think so?
100%, bro. I'm gonna say something to you, brother. And you may not like. I'm gonna teach you something right now. Let me teach right now. Pull out the notebook.
One question.
All the ability in the world can be undermined by a poor character. Is that right or wrong? All the ability in the world can be undermined by a poor character.
Yeah, but I know some people with some.
If you don't know. Like Uncle Ben, what did Uncle Ben say? What did Uncle Ben say? What did Uncle Ben say?
What did Uncle terrible people be? That's very successful. That's very
okay. They're successful in business, but are they successful in their personal relationships?
Okay, all
Are
right.
they successful in other? Are they good fathers? Are they good husbands? Are they good friends? Are they good people? Do they die happy? Do they die alone? You see what I'm saying? Life is about a lot of things. Money makes life a lot easier.
And I would say something to you too. I gotta say something too. You gotta give Eddie Hearn some props.
I do.
No, you were shooting his ass earlier. You said Eddie Hearn was blowing smoke up Eddie.
He's gassing him up.
No, hold on.
Gassing him up.
Larry,
Eddie Hearn gas. Larry is Eddie Hearn.
If I never liked Eddie Hearn before, I like him now. If I never liked him before,
yeah, I mean, Eddie Hearn does do that. I mean, he does that to all his fighters as well.
He's a promoter.
Yeah, he is a little bit over the top with AJ. I mean, they're all the promoters that have got the big money fighters.
Larry, are we forgetting that AJ, bro, was a novice and became the biggest thing in boxing? I'm sorry, brother. I was not watching boxing 10 years ago. But when I found out Anthony Joshua, I was like, damn, he's supposed to be fucking wilder.
But I think you can't, you know, you're here now. You can't just keep thinking about that all the time. You've got to progress. Okay. You know what I mean? You can't let that hold your career back.
Now that you made it, you're not what you were 20 years ago when you first started. So that the expectations are going to be different. You can't keep going back to what you did 20 years ago. It's like when you're hanging out with a dude. When you're hanging out with a dude, right? And shit ain't going right for him right now. And all he tells you is, oh yeah, things ain't great right now, but 20 years ago I was this, 20 years ago I was that. What do you say to that dude? I don't give a fuck what you did 20 years ago. What are you doing now? That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, brother. See, I'm dropping so many gems here. It's crazy.
But here,
Stacks! What's up, Stacks?
What's going on,
Am I wrong here, Stacks? Am I wrong in anything I'm saying here, Stacks? You keep it a buck. You come at me harder than anybody. Am I wrong here? Stacks is one of my biggest critics, man. Go ahead, Stacks.
I hope Stacks ain't no yes man and keep it 1,000.
Oh man, I mean, that's all I'm gonna do is say yes. I'm a yes man to the T, right, B?
Never. This dude. You think you came at me hard? This dude come at me like fucking with a fucking AK-47. That's how hard.
M-Stacks, I got a question.
I will say this, B. You were wrong on Tommy Sotomayor.
I respect that.
He's scarred. That's from childhood trauma.
That's just a lame nigga, brother. That's just a lame nigga.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah, he's right.
Tommy's the guy when we went to play basketball, he never got picked.
Yeah. Sean was right on what AJ said. I don't have a problem personally with what AJ said. The problem with what AJ did was he should have waited till the post-fight press conference to say that shit. There's a time and a place.
Yeah,
and he kind of ruined Usyk's moment.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? He could have waited to say that. Like the post-fight press conference, you got opportunity to say all that stuff and talk and say everything on your mind. You don't do that right after they win.
I do agree with that. But the heat of the moment and all that, he's you know, you got to be there in his position, I suppose. To he's not thinking rationally.
Hear me out, Stacks. That nigga walked out the ring, signing autographs, and they still made him walk back in the ring and still got the mic before Usyk. Whose fault is that? AJ's?
Yes.
Well, he did ask for the mic.
He didn't ask for the mic. He grabbed the fucking mic out of Usyk's hands.
He did. He did.
You know, Stacks, let me say this, SB. You know what the most disrespectful thing that AJ did last night? I don't know if you picked up on it. He grabbed the Ukrainian flag out of fucking Usyk's hands and started wrapping it around himself. And then Usyk's like, give me that fucking flag back. That's a bad look, bro. You gotta
No, you're wrong.
That's a bad look, bro. Stacks, am I wrong, Stacks? Stacks, am I wrong, Stacks? Stacks, am I wrong?
Different. The biggest commercial boxing star has the flag on. That was a good thing to me. I'm sorry.
That was kind of cringy. He had to tell his ass, yo, give it back. Like, he had to put his bass in his voice.
Stacks.
And AJ was like, okay.
The whole thing was cringing. The whole thing was like, listen, I came off the app. I took the app off when he started grabbing the mic and started talking like.
So SB, that was a bad look, right?
It was a bad look, but
so why can't I say why are you getting mad?
Why
are you getting mad that I'm saying it was a bad look, brother?
Because that's the only thing you talked about the whole fight is about him 2 minutes. That was nothing. That was nothing. That was nothing to what last night. That wasn't the main thing happened last night to me. It was good. It was some good punches. The 9th round, he could have finished them. The couple more rounds, he had body. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and talk about 2 minutes after the man was mad as fuck.
So your argument is, B, why are you talking about that? That should not overshadow what he did in the ring. Is that your argument?
That's it. That's all.
Okay, I'll give you that. But I still have to. Can I still talk?
But
do I have the right? Do I have the right? Wait a minute. So
hold on.
You're trying to conflate two things.
Let me finish. Real quick.
Let me finish, and I'll give it back to you. My problem is this: you can't conflate the two. What my argument is: why are you complaining about having the pressure on you when the pressure comes with the job? You can't be a fucking skydiver and say, oh, I'm afraid of fucking heights. This ain't fair that I got to jump out of a fucking plane, because you signed on for that. You know what I'm saying? I can respect what you do. I can appreciate what you do, but don't expect me to look at you any differently than I look at any other fighter in your position, because you're AJ. Just because you're AJ.
It's pressure, man. Anthony, Tyson Fury beat Klitschko ass and got and put on 400 pound of weight and got drunk alcoholic when he was on top of the world. It's a lot of pressure, man. This shit is pressure.
And you got to deal with the repercussions of how you react to the pressure.
And that's where I agree with Beeb at. Yeah, it's a lot of pressure, but I mean, we all got pressure in our lives. There's all types of pressure. You got a wife just like me. You got kids, man. That's motherfucking pressure.
It's like 5 million people ain't watching it. 5 million people ain't talking about it.
But at the end of the day,
5 million people ain't commenting on it.
At the end of the day, you still got to be responsible for how you react to situations.
Whatever I need to deal with that pressure, I can buy a therapist. I can get coping mechanisms.
There you go.
That ain't enough pressure for me. I can talk to someone and get what I need.
A lot of unnecessary
Stacks has learned from the Beeb over the years. He's learned from the Beeb over the years. He knows how to debate now. Stacks knows how to debate now. He's a next level debater now, Stacks.
What you say, Larry?
AJ does get a lot of unnecessary stick over here.
Hey, listen, the first thing I asked Stacks, is he a yes man or he has his own mind? Listen, brother, we all go through pressure, of course, but ain't nobody fucking pressuring me and Stacks more than our wife and our kids and our job. That's it, nigga.
You get full credit. You get full credit for holding it down as a dad and a fucking
nigga. AJ,
I'll give you that.
AJ got his boss. AJ got fans. AJ got bum niggas that ain't got nothing going on with their life talking about him. Like, come on,
SB,
bro.
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
I know you don't know AG from Toucan Sam, but let me ask you.
I know. Listen.
If you walked up to Anthony Joshua and said, "Hey man, I'm gonna tell you all about my life. You tell me all about your life. How about we trade lives?" Do you think he'll trade lives with you?
Oh, Stacks, you just became a top G with that statement.
Okay.
Stacks just became the top G.
It's totally your opinion, though. Nothing is fact here.
I may turn the channel.
Nothing is fact here.
I may give
this is totally opinion.
There you go.
What's the question you asked me?
There you go, Stacks. Stacks just destroyed.
Oh my God,
let's say you walked up. Let's say
you started to make me think you're a lame, B, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, B. Because anything Stacks said, you just jumping on it.
That was you had to admit.
No, because I don't believe in that crying shit. That crying shit, I don't believe in that.
Stacks is a man too.
What you say, Stacks?
I don't believe in that crying shit. Oh, I was under all this pressure. When you're making millions of, and when you're at the top of the sport, these guys aren't making $1,000 a fight. This guy's making eight figures, dog. Like right. He can go home and mute that shit.
Stacks. Like I told you, I played sports earlier, right? I never played sports and actually made money off of it, so I don't know. So I'm gonna tell you about somebody I know. I have a brother that does Forex, right? And
Yeah.
he's rich. He's really rich.
Yeah.
To a point where it's not even about the money no more. From how I hear him talk, it's not about the money no more. It's about being the best trader or having the best business. So let me get to my point now. A person like AJ, all the money, he been had all the money 5 fights ago. You think AJ really care about the money? Nah, nigga, I want to be the best. Like he thought he was being the best, brother.
I've
And you
got to
lost.
agree with that as well.
No,
that is
I
being
disagree with
human
that too.
also, because you know
No.
yourself, we all have
I got
worries in
another
life.
question.
If you
I'll
get
tell you who
money,
wanted to be the
you
best.
get
I'll tell
money,
you exactly
you
who
worry
wanted to
about
be the
something
best.
else.
I got another.
Thank you. You think everybody that got money right now, rich people, don't have no worries? Come on, bro.
More money, more problems. We know the deal. Let me ask.
What makes you think Joshua wanted to be the best?
I heard him. He said, "I want all the belts. I need all 4 belts. One
So
champion."
let me ask you. Let me ask you this.
Years.
Let me
Hold
ask
But what
you
did
this.
he do?
Hold on, you asked me a question,
Hold
Stacks.
up. Let me ask two questions.
Hold on. You can't ask me
Let
a
me ask
question
two
and answer.
questions.
Stacks,
Go ahead.
ask me a question, Stacks. Why do I think that? Because he says it and he actually does the action. He never vacated the belt before. He said if he had vacated the belt, I could be like, okay, that's cap. He never vacated it.
That's facts.
Bruh.
That's facts.
So basically, that means
He
you want
ain't
to be
fought
the
the
best.
best.
Huh?
He ain't fought the best.
Whoever had the belts, that's who we wanted to fight because they had the belts. That's who the best was. Nigga, when Mayweather was fighting, Mayweather was fighting the best. I want the nigga with the belts. I got 25 champions.
No, we
That's
ain't
what it's
talking about Mayweather. We're talking about Joshua wanting to be the best. You say he wanted to be the best. Right?
And the belts and
Not
the
about
belts
the
make
money.
you the best, brother.
Joshua
belts
fought
make
for
you the best,
himself. He
brother.
fought for the money. He
No,
fought for the money.
you're wrong. He fought for the belts. You're wrong. He fought for the belts. Javante Davis is fighting for the money. He's not fighting for no belts.
You don't ask someone, do you want to fight this guy? The other guy that they're asking you about is at the top of the sport. And you say, well, if you give me $50 million, I'll fight him. Give me $50 million up front and I'll fight him.
And Eddie Hearn,
that don't sound like the best.
Eddie Hearn.
SB, check this out. Larry Holmes once said, any fighter who fights for anything but the money is a dummy. All these guys can say whatever they want. This is their job. This is their livelihood. They all fight for money, bro. Be real about it. Be real about it, SB.
I never knew that's a good one. Okay, Larry Holmes said that?
He did most definitely said that.
Because Larry Holmes said that right there, all fighters did.
All fighters fight for money first, bro. No matter what the fuck they say.
He wanted to extend his career.
Fights happen. Check this out. This is a fact, and tell me if I'm wrong. Fights happen, and they don't happen because of money.
True.
That's facts.
Yeah.
True.
That's facts. So let me ask you. Let me ask
all
three. Wait a minute. Let me ask all three of you one question. If I gave you a choice and I said to you, you could have all of Anthony Joshua's money, but you have to deal with the pressure that comes with it, would you take it? Yes or no?
In a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat, I'd take it.
We all can take it.
Okay. So after saying that, right?
Stupid ass question.
Stupid ass. Stacks, was that a stupid ass question?
He didn't answer my question about if he asked Joshua.
But
do you think he would trade with you?
But once you get that money and you don't crave for the money anymore, you might not think like that.
Listen.
I beg to differ because I still love pussy. I still crave pussy.
That's different, brother. That's different.
Here's the thing, brother.
I can't talk to Stacks, man. Stacks a lame ass nigga, man. Fuck that. I can't talk to Stacks. Stacks ain't my type of nigga, man.
I'm a lame nigga, man. But you be talking like a female the whole time, going on.
I guarantee you,
sound like my bitch.
I guarantee you, Stacks live under a bridge, man. Stacks a bum ass nigga, man.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Well, I'll eat to you, man. You only been watching boxing for half a decade, man. Get the fuck out of here.
You're right. But you a dick rider.
You wasn't even here when Mayweather Pacquiao negotiations. None of that shit, man. You weren't even here when Cotto was in his prime. You didn't see none of that, man.
Go on camera. My first time coming on B page. I'm on camera. Go on camera then.
Talking about he fighting to be the best. You one of these new age fans that is fanboys of the fighter and not of the sport. I want the best fights. AJ ain't fight Wilder. He's a bitch.
Stacks, I've got to interject here. I mean, I've heard you on here.
He didn't fight Fury. He didn't fight Wilder. AJ's a hoe.
So you can't really say that.
Yeah, I can. He showed it last night how much of a hoe he was.
But what I just said, I've heard you just said he's a fan of a fighter, not the sport. I've heard you riding Wilder's dick hard on this channel. So
thank you.
I don't know what you're talking about there.
Listen. Hey, sorry.
You know why? Because Wilder's fighting for the fans.
Beeps, you need to get.
He's giving us the best fights.
Them kind of guys not good. These are Tommy Sotomayor type of dudes right here. I'm telling you.
Oh, really?
Why do you sound like him?
Why do you sound like Tommy then?
I can't say
Why do you sound like Tommy?
No, real Yardman, brother. Real Yardman. I don't sound like Sotomayor. Jamaican, not tough.
You've been watching boxing since Mayweather and Pacquiao fought, bro.
Hey,
get out of here, bro.
M Stacks.
You didn't see 2 mega fights, bro.
M Stacks.
Like, you don't know shit about boxing.
Fights for the fans.
Bro, you're a dick
but he
bro.
proved how weak of a man he was last time he lost. So,
bro,
you know what I mean?
Stop it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not stopping it.
You out here name calling.
I'm not name calling. I'm just saying, like,
here's the difference. Here's the difference between AJ and Wilder. This is the difference between a fucking alpha and maybe a not so alpha. Wilder made excuses. That's fine. That's a bad move. I think Stacks admitted that was a bad move.
Oh my God!
Wait. Here comes the gems. But Wilder never. Whoa! Listen to me.
Wilder meltdown was actually.
Stop.
That's one question, brother.
Stop. You gotta let me burn.
But I'm a female.
Let me burn.
Bro, you ain't got no bitches.
Wait a minute.
Wilder
never said this is too much pressure for me, and he never cried or complained about dealing with the position.
Right.
Never.
Babe, let me come back at that.
Did.
Let me come back at that.
Never did.
Right, let me come back at that.
He never said it was too much. He never said stop, SB. He never said it was too much pressure to be heavyweight champion.
Please let me answer that. Wilder didn't have to say that because his actions spoke for him. AJ didn't say that.
Actions speak louder than words.
AJ didn't act like that.
Wilder showed poor character. He did not show
being a man.
He did not show weakness as a man.
I don't care what he did outside the ring. He gave us the best fights. AJ avoided fighters. He was in fights where he cherry picked and it went wrong.
Actions speak louder than words. And Wilder acted.
Wilder fought the best.
Actions speak louder than words. Hey, Beeps, I'm gonna tell you what.
Wilder fought the best. AJ didn't.
Wilder maybe didn't say.
Hey, Stacks.
Act like AJ. I talk like AJ, but he acted worse.
Stacks. I'm gonna ask you one question. Stacks. Name me the last 7 fights Wilder fought against, and name. I love Wilder. Wilder is my nigga. But hold up, though, we talking boxing. Name me the last 7 fights Wilder had, and name me the last 7 opponents. The 7 opponents, and then name me Joshua 7 opponents, please. That's all I want you to do.
Wilder fought Fury.
No,
Ortiz.
Fury is one. Fury is one person. I need 7 fighters. Name 7 fighters.
Areola. He fought. What's his name?
Stavern. Booker.
Yeah. What's your point?
My point is, you're gonna look up AJ, last 7 fighters he fought against.
Yeah, go ahead and name them.
I'm gonna go into the first one. Klitschko.
Yeah, 2-year layoff and he was 40. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh, bro. Come on, man.
Go ahead.
Come on, man. You asked me a question, bro.
I told you I watched this shit, bro.
Klitschko.
You think I'm a lame? I'm gonna show you how lame I am.
Okay, my bad. You ain't lame. Take that back. Let me stop being a little kid and argue the right way.
You gotta stop with.
You're right. You gotta stop
with the S.
I'm sorry.
You gotta stop with that name.
You know what? It's my last time. Hey, Stacks. If I do some lame shit again, you call me out on it right now.
Go ahead, Stacks.
I do some lame shit to call me out. I'm sorry for calling out your name too, but sometimes y'all just get me mad and I don't know y'all, so I gotta fix that. Okay,
You can't be that emotional. You gotta be strong. Brother.
Okay, hold on. It's passionate. It's not emotional. It's passionate.
All right, you want to call it passion? We'll let you call it passion.
You call it emotional. I call it passionate, nigga.
All right, you got it. All right, you got that, man. Take it
Klitschko, Povetkin, Pulev.
Pulev was a joke.
You
saw that fight.
He was a big name for a long time though.
But you saw that fight, right?
Yes, I did see the fight.
That was a joke.
Damn, dog. So what you gonna say? Stavern wasn't a joke?
I give you Stavern.
Come on, like you know what I mean? Spilka wasn't a joke.
On paper, Pulev's no worse.
I'm talking
than
about
Lewis
the
Ortiz.
best. I'm not talking about the worst. I'm talking about the best. Who's the best fighter that Joshua beat? That's Klitschko, right?
Klitschko. Who's the best fighter? Who's the best fighter that
coming
Wilder
off a
beat?
2-year layoff.
Who's the best fighter Wilder beat? Who was the best fighter Wilder beat?
Luis Ortiz.
Klitschko off.
Luis Ortiz or Klitschko? Who wins?
If he didn't beat him, you can't use Fury like that. He lost.
No, forget it. Forget it. Who wins, Klitschko or Ortiz?
I'm going to make a very controversial statement.
I don't know.
Check this out. The Vladimir Klitschko. Hold up.
I'm serious.
The Vladimir Klitschko that Anthony Joshua fought. I think Ortiz has a shot to beat him.
Okay. Who was the champion? Who was the champion before?
You gotta understand. No one wants to fight Ortiz. That's
who was the champion before? Who was the champion before?
You got to think. Everyone says, Vladimir was out for 2 years and all that. But what's to say he hadn't become complacent being champion for 10 years when Fury beat him?
Ooh.
And then he trained his fucking ass off.
Hey, no, I need to get Larry's number. Hey, Larry, Larry,
again. You
Larry, where you live at?
Say that.
Larry,
where you live at? UK?
Larry, let me ask you a question, Larry.
Larry, I need your what's up.
Larry, check this out. Do fighters get better with age or worse?
Depends.
Yeah, maybe worse. Yeah. I'd probably agree with worse, but you can't guarantee that. Klitschko's a man that spars all year round. Do you honestly
believe the version that AJ fought was better than the version that Fury fought? Do you believe that?
I don't honestly believe that, but I'm just saying you can't 100% sit there and say.
I'll say this. The version that fought AJ was a better fighter that night than when he fought than the fighter that fought Fury that night.
I respectfully disagree. But let me read this super chat real quick from
I've got to go. My little boys woke up. Thanks for having me on.
Larry, you got that, man. Thank you for stopping by, Larry. Peace out, brother. Trollmaster Mike says, as far as father trainers go, father trainers have a high mortality rate because they can't accept reality when it comes to their sons. AJ fought best over Wilder. A market exists beyond the U.S. market for boxing. Fair point. We respect all opinions here. Okay, so what do we got to do? We got to do some polls here.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna show y'all values who is. You know, Povetkin was a bigger win than Ortiz win. Do you know that?
You can make that argument about it. I disagree with it, but you can make
How? He's a champ. He was a champion before. What are we talking about? Boxing right now? Or are we talking about our feelings?
I don't count those regular belts as real titles. That's just my opinion.
Man. All I know is
Stacks.
AJ won't fight.
Stacks. Wilder was going to go to Russia to fight for that belt.
Yeah.
So it was a regular belt now. So it didn't mean shit now. Wilder was going to fight. Wilder was going to Russia until he got popped.
He was. I remember. He was going to fight. He was going to fight Povetkin. But the thing is, Wilder was going to fight these guys. Whether he fought them or not, that's a different story. But it wasn't because of him that they didn't fight.
Yeah,
AJ, in my opinion.
AJ. Listen, I hated AJ for a good year because he didn't take the $50 million. He said he wanted $50 million, and then Al Heyman gave him the $50 million, and he didn't take it. But I'm not mad at him for that idea. He has a promoter, Eddie Hearn.
I'm still mad. That's what I'm saying. I'm still mad because he never fought him. They could have fought. They would have been undefeated. They would have fought for undisputed. It would have been the biggest fight in a long time. They could have did it. They could have did it twice, maybe 3 times.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If they don't make that fight now, they're the dumbest people in the sport of boxing because that fight right now is a fucking monster fight. Wilder versus Joshua.
Still.
It's a fucking it's a monster fight.
You think Wilder won the beefs?
I'm not sure if Wilder wants it. I know AJ. I think at this point AJ probably would.
At this point, I'm not sure who's gonna win.
No,
I'm
now
not
who's gonna
sure.
win? Now who's gonna win? Do you think Wilder wants to fight?
I don't know. Before I had Wilder for
I'm gonna tell you,
sure.
I'm a Wilder fan, but certain times last night, they try to lock me into a contract for insurance. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
But let's hindsight is 2020, right? Let's be real about DAZN. They tried to restructure Canelo's fucking contract, and they ended up he ended up getting out of it because they fucking fucked it up. They restructured fucking Golovkin's contract. So Wilder not taking that contract was probably the best thing he could have ever done, because again, you can't count on DAZN to do what they're fucking set out to do. Half the shit DAZN said they were going to do, they went back on their word on.
And they've never made a mega fight.
You know what, though? I'm going to be honest with you. That $50 million, it wasn't about DAZN.
It was BT Sport.
No, it was not.
BT Sport put up the money. You can even ask Frank Warren.
For Wilder? For Wilder versus Joshua?
Yes. BT Sport put up.
Wilder versus Joshua.
They were putting up the 50 million. BT Sport was. Yeah.
Money was there.
It was Al Heyman.
It wasn't Al Heyman. It was BT Sport. Fight was going to be on BT Sport in the UK. They were the ones that put up the guarantee.
Sorry.
They were getting the money. You can Google it, man. Ask Frank Warren. Frank Warren came out and said it.
See what I want. I want right.
That's the first gem you dropped all morning.
Lou DiBella said it too. The money was there.
Money was there, and these guys ain't fighting. That's a problem. The money's there. We got all this money for you. People would have paid.
Listen, man.
$100 for that pay-per-view.
Y'all go, dog. I gave y'all all my time this morning, Beeps. I gave you a show some life. But hold up, though. I'm gonna tell you one thing. Give AJ some props.
Money Mike is asking a question. How could BT put the money up when AJ had a suit deal with AJ? Okay, when
that's why I'm not arguing. That's why I'm not arguing.
I'm gonna explain it. Can I explain it to you? So when Pacquiao fought Mayweather, right? Top Rank paid Pacquiao, and Mayweather got paid by Showtime. So again, it's like if two promoters are involved in the fight, then the promoter of one fighter pays that fighter, and the other promoter of the other fighter pays that fighter. That's how it works. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So that's how it works.
What do you think? What do you think's holding up this super fight right now?
With Spence and Crawford?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to happen, to be honest with you. Obviously, money's always the biggest problem, right?
Yeah.
Always money. Okay, now people are calling it an Instagram offer, but what about these fake offers from fucking DAZN? DAZN fucking, they basically broke their contract with Canelo when they decided that they couldn't pay him what they said they were going to pay him originally, and they tried to restructure the deal, and that's why that long-term deal was taken off the table. So was that deal real or was that deal fake? I mean, let's be consistent here. Let's be consistent here. Why was Canelo's deal restructured? Why was Golovkin's deal restructured? If DAZN has all this fucking money to pay fighters, why?
So it's almost like they get you to sign with some obnoxious amount, thinking, "Oh, he can't turn this down," and then, "Oh, let's restructure now." But now that we have you here, you gotta go with us.
Here's the thing that people forget: when that deal was put on the table for Wilder, he had to agree to fight Joshua, but Joshua did not have to agree to fight him, because at that time Joshua did not have an exclusive deal with DAZN. He had a fight with DAZN, so he was in the position to not fight Wilder because he didn't have to commit to fight Wilder, but Wilder had to commit to fight him. So why did they have to lock Wilder in for 3 fights, right? But Joshua wasn't locked in. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
Let's be real. You can't defend DAZN after knowing what you know. They're raising their price next March to $150 after I paid $99 for the year. These dudes are a bunch of liars, bro. Now they're charging pay-per-views. Now they're upping their price. These dudes are shiesty. Stop it. Don't be fucking capping for DAZN, man. How the fuck can y'all cap for DAZN after what they're doing to y'all?
I think when they came out, they were like $50 or $60 a year or some shit like that, weren't they?
Dirt cheap,
$59.99. A year?
Dirt cheap.
And that was just half a decade ago.
And then AJ lost. So how is that fight going to even happen anyway? So stop.
Yeah.
Wilder made more than that 100 million with his fucking 3 fights with fucking Fury. So stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. And I don't know if what's that guy's name that said that
I never again.
PBC?
Here's what this guy doesn't understand. He says, why would Sky Sports? Do you know that BT is owned by Sky Sports? What are you talking about? Do you even know what you're talking about? BT is owned by Sky Sports. When you buy a Sky Sports package, BT is involved. It's the same thing. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Yes, it is.
You think PBC is offering what that guy Glazier said, a one-way rematch clause for Spence?
PBC?
Yeah,
I don't know about all that. I'm not going to argue with this dude, man, because forget about it. BT Sports is affiliated with Sky Sports. Stop it. But I see. There's a lot of shit going on, man. A lot of shit.
They should have had this done before the Ugas fight. To be honest, they should have had this done just like the Klitschko Joshua fight. They should have had this fight. They should have had this fight done in March. To be honest,
BT Sport on Sky. It currently costs £29 to add BT Sport to your Sky package. The upfront cost changes based upon whether you want. So again, they're affiliated with each other. When you buy a Sky Sports package, you're eligible to buy BT Sport on it. BT Sport is now available direct from Sky and is included in this deal. BT Sport costs $25. Now it's fucking, so they're affiliated together. You fucking nimrods. Add BT Sport to your Sky TV package. Sky Sports versus BT. So again, stop it. Stop it. They're affiliated with each other. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
I understand it's a separate subscription. Just like Comcast cable. You can get Showtime and HBO on Comcast. You don't think that Showtime and HBO have to pay fucking Comcast? You don't think BT gets paid, that Sky doesn't get fucking paid by BT because when they're included in, you don't think Sky gets any money from BT Sport being included in their package? Are you fucking dumb? They're affiliated with fucking with Sky. They're included in the package. You don't think they have to pay a fee to be included in that? Oh, a small fee. What do you mean a small fee? They're getting the percentage from every person that fucking adds BT Sport to their Sky package. They're getting a percentage of that. So stop. I never said it was the same. They're affiliated. So stop it. How am I wrong? I just read it to you. BT Sport, BT can be included in the Sky Sport. Okay, they don't own it.
At this point.
They don't own it. I misspoke when I said they own it, but they are affiliated with them. I concede that point. But you're going to sit there and say that there's no financial partnership. There's a financial partnership because BT Sport can be added to your Sky package, where before they couldn't. Doesn't matter who owns what. If you add BT Sport to your Sky package, BT Sport has to pay Sky a fee. It's fine.
I ain't worried about the goddamn networks.
I
just want the best fights, B. Bring us the best.
So if you add BT Sport to your Sky package, BT Sport doesn't have to pay. BT Sport doesn't give Sky a percentage of the subscription. Yes or no? Yes or no? You can have BT Sport without Sky, but you also can have it with Sky. And when you buy it with Sky, Sky gets a percentage. Is that correct? Yes or no? So it is what it is. Once again, whatever the zone sign, you sound like an idiot. Scott, listen to this one. Sky Sports are not signing a $100 million contract with AJ and allowing him to fight on BT Sport. So didn't AJ just sign a fucking multi-million-dollar contract with the Zone, but the Zone fucking allowed him to fight on Sky Sports? So what do you mean? What do you mean? How did AJ fight on Sky Sports if he has his multi-million-dollar contract with the Zone? So what are you talking about? Guys are just fanboys. Stop. Stop.
I don't know, man.
They don't understand that by Sky work together just because they are competitors. They work together. Competitors sometimes work together. Why did HBO and Showtime work together? No, you stop. You guys are clowns. You're clowns. You're clowns. No, you're talking nonsense. You're talking nonsense. So how did Joshua Usyk? How did Austin? Okay, so people are business. Listen to what this idiot just said. Because Sky and DAZN are business partners. So BT and Sky are business partners because you're allowed to include BT Sport in your Sky package. So stop it. No, last night was not Sky. It was not Sky. It was not AJ's last night on Sky. AJ's deal with Sky ended months ago. This was a one-off, dummy. Stop.
Pull it up. Pull it up on the.
I can't argue with these people. I
already pull it up on the Google machine.
I already proved you wrong. So stop.
Who you got for Triple G and Canelo 3?
I got Canelo. I got Canelo by knockout.
You think he's gonna stop the boy? 2-0.
I think he's gonna stop him. I think he's stop him in 10 rounds.
It's at 168, right? He's defending the belts.
Say again?
It's at 168?
Yeah, it's at 168.
Oh, yeah.
I actually like Ortiz over Ruiz, too. I think Ortiz is going to beat Ruiz.
Don't they have him as the dog?
They got Ortiz as a big dog.
They had Lipinets stopping Figueroa at minus 157 last night. I didn't even take it.
Yeah, man. I'm taking Ortiz at the plus 250, man. I think Ortiz can win. I think Ortiz is going to win that fight.
Yeah, but have you seen Ruiz in training camp? He looks really good, man.
But I don't know, man. He's so inconsistent, bro.
Yeah.
He's so fucking inconsistent.
Well, I guess when he's on, he's on. I think if he fought AJ again, that'd be a good fight, win or lose for Ruiz and Joshua. They could do the trilogy. That'll sell. And I think the way if Ruiz can stay consistent, I think he can get his ass. But you know, me, I'm just a fan. I don't know what makes money. You know, I don't know what sells.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens, man. But I gotta break out, man. I gotta get going here, man. I've been on here for about almost 2 hours. I got some shit I gotta take care of. But thanks for coming on, man. Dudes get too emotional on here, man. I mean, just because you say shit that doesn't sound good to them and they don't like it, they get too emotional.
Man, it gets the best of us, all of us sometimes. I know. I know.
All right, man. Peace out, man. Have a good one, man.
All right, peace.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys for joining me. Peace out to everyone in the chat. Thank you for listening. Yeah, I mean, I like Ortiz, but I'm probably going to be in the minority. A lot of people are going to probably roll with Ruiz. You know, Ortiz did take some punishment in that the last fight there with Charles Martin. So it is what it is. BT is not owned by Sky Fact. Correct. I misspoke when I said that, but I said they have an affiliation with Sky. That's a fact. I mean, if you want to keep going with it, that's fine. I just read you that BT can be purchased with the Sky package. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, but you know I'm not wrong. Networks work together on certain deals, just like the Zone and Sky have worked together before. So I'm not gonna keep arguing with people. If you want to keep arguing with it, that's fine. I misspoke earlier. If you want to make fun of me for misspeaking earlier, that is fine. But BT can be purchased with the Sky package, and when you buy BT Sport with the Sky package, Sky gets a percentage of that subscription if you purchase it through Sky. So they have a business arrangement. No, last night was AJ's one-off fight with Sky. That was a one-off fight because the Zone still could have outbid Sky for the fight, but they did not outbid Sky. That was not part of AJ's deal with Sky. That was not part of AJ's deal with Sky. That AJ had an original deal with Sky that ended. That's why he signed the DAZN deal. And for some reason, this fight, Sky was able to bid on it because the Saudis were the broadcaster and they wanted to go to the highest bidder or they would not pay the site fee for the fight. So this was because of Saudi doing that. It is what it is. This fight was not part of Joshua's original deal with Sky. This happened because of the Saudis. The Saudis said, we are handling the broadcaster for the fight. We're choosing the broadcaster. Because the Saudis decided to go with the highest bidder here, which was Sky, that's why the fight was on Sky. Now, Eddie Hearn did say this was Joshua's last fight with Sky, but once again, I still question that because if a fight is being held in Saudi again, and they decide the only way we're going to allow this fight to happen in Saudi, that we control the broadcaster again, we could end up in this same situation again, right? So if the Saudis put up an exorbitant amount of money and say, we want to choose who the broadcaster is, then once again, this could happen again. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The Zone and Sky do not work together exclusively. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Depends. If you're going to fight in Saudi, right, they're going to control everything. So if Saudi decides to put another AJ fight on and they say we want to control the broadcast again, and they put up an exorbitant amount of money that the Zone can't match, then guess what? They choose to fucking put the fight on Sky. If Sky is able to outbid the Zone, then that's going to happen again. It's the way the sport works. It's all about money, bro. Guys want to get involved in who's this, who's bigger, who's better, whatever. It's all about who puts up the most money. That's all it is. If the fight's going to be in Saudi, they are going to control who is broadcasting it. Simple and plain. And if you don't want to accept that as the promoter, then you have to move on. You have to go put the fight somewhere else. So don't sit there and say that this could never happen again. Because it can. Yeah, that's funny. He does look like Warren Sapp a little bit. Correct. Affiliated, but not owned. I concede that point. So if you want to keep making fun of me because I misspoke earlier, then go ahead. I'll accept it. I'm not going to cry about it. You want to keep making fun of me because I misspoke, I framed it incorrectly, then that's fine. But all I'm saying is this. If someone works together with someone else, then they have a business arrangement. And they're both getting paid together. So even though BT and Sky are competitors, you can still buy BT Sport on a Sky package. And when you do that, Sky gets a percentage of that subscription. That's all I'm saying. And it's much easier to do it that way, right? I'm sure as a consumer, I'm sure as a consumer, if you do that, you probably may get a deal on BT Sports. So it may be advantageous to do so. Just like here in the United States, if you buy certain packages and bundles together, you get deals. So maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. Correct me if I'm wrong, because again, I don't live in the UK. But do you get a deal off of BT Sport if you buy it through your Sky package? Does Sky give you a break on it? Do they make you purchase at a lower? Do they make you? Are you allowed to purchase BT Sport at a lower price if you purchase it through Sky, as if you purchase it via a standalone? I'm guessing maybe you get a discount for purchasing it through Sky. Tell me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong here. That's all I'm asking. BT is on Sky's platform. Correct. Thank you. That's all I'm saying. BBC is on. Okay. So whenever it's just like Comcast Cable has HBO, Showtime, and those channels have to pay Comcast Cable a fee. They have to pay the channels have to pay the broadcaster a fee in order to be broadcast on that network. That's all. I understand all that. So if BBC is on Sky, then BT is on Sky. If BBC is on Sky, then when they're on Sky, they're gonna have to pay Sky a fee to be broadcast on the Sky network. It's as simple as that. And it makes sense why would you not want to be on Sky if you're BT Sport? Why would you not want to be on Sky if you're BBC? Sky is the biggest platform in the fucking UK. Why would you not want to be on there? I still criticize AJ for not staying with Sky, if I want to be honest. Exactly. That's all I'm trying to say. When these guys say, well, why would BT and Sky work together? They already do work together. That's my point. So why would Sky allow this to happen? Why would BT allow this to happen? Because why would they not if the fight is big enough? It depends on if it makes sense financially for both sides. That's all I'm trying to say here. But that's all I got, man. Make sure you check out the Ringside Reporter podcast tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern time with myself and Eric Lorda. And make sure you check out the Roundtable, 8 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be on my channel tonight. Till next time, Beaver's out. Peace out, everyone. Have a great day. Talk to y'all soon.